allow this to go on without actually making sure you see what's happening in studio. So as I said before, today is World First Aid Day, and I asked a couple of persons what they think first aid is. I'm going to look at the WhatsApp in a moment to make sure that we get that in to let people understand, or see if people understand what first aid is. But we have some people here who know what first aid is and will be giving us some demonstration of first aid. And with me today are members of the St. John Ambulance Jamaica, right? St. John Ambulance Jamaica. And we have in studio Mr. Etos, and he is the Business Development Manager at St. John Ambulance. And we have Clive, who is the Master Trainer. Now, I'm very interested and intrigued to find out what a Master Trainer does. But before we do that, you may remember that during, I need to make sure I get something playing here. Oh, I know what I'm going to play. All right, so we're celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love, right? So that is exactly what I am going to get to play in the background. And my friend Rebirth, I said to me, say, KG, you know, so you're supposed to have that lineup already in a bridging. Yeah. But of course, we have it locked right here. Okay, so we have with us Clive and Etos, and they are going to explain to us what it is that they do. And of course, you know that Love 101 was very, very protected when it comes to first aid during our ILS store, because St. John Ambulance was every stop I went to, I saw the ambulance, and they were in most cases there before us, right? So they are very, very peculiar with time. So I'll start with you. Oh, let me turn on this. Yes, I'll start with you, Etos. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, KG. I'm doing very well today.
Thank you so much for joining me in studio. So tell us, what is your role at St. John Ambulance?
I'm a business development manager at St. John Ambulance.
Right.
So what I do is just go out there and make sure people know about us.
Right.
We develop new programs, and we flesh it out to the nation, so people can understand what we're doing. Of course, today is World's First Aid Day,
right?
And it's a big day for us. It's a big day for the first aid community, actually, not just us, but all the first aiders out there. Where we want people to understand, become aware of what first aid is about,
right,
and why you need to actually be able to perform first aid, have first aiders around you in your organization,
right,
have first aiders in the community,
right.
So what St. John has done, and we've been in Jamaica for over 120 years, so we've been here.
That's about 3 times my age.
That's right.
Wow.
Yes, we have been here. We are always quiet and just get everything done. A lot of people in Jamaica knows about St. John Ambulance.
Right.
They utilize us when it comes to training, when it comes to ambulance coverage for their events.
Right,
just like we had it with Love
Wireless.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
We protect you while you're out there.
Yes, you did.
And also we do patient transfers. So if you have a loved one who is ill at home or in the hospital and want to move from one hospital to the other, St. John Ambulance is what they usually call, because we have the Ministry of Health, and sometimes they are so stressed out. They don't have enough ambulance. They're overwhelmed.
Right.
And St. John is always the next choice to call and say, hey, we need someone to move from here to there. We pick you up at the hospital. We pick you up from your home, take you to the hospital. And, we have fully equipped ambulance, some of the best little ambulance I've ever seen. I had no idea. I tell you this, KG, I came into St. John Ambulance in January of this year.
Right.
And I had no idea how powerful an organization it was. And when I look at the equipment that they have, I mean, it's like a hospital on the road.
Wow.
Everything you need is in those little ambulances. So when you see them on the road driving around, don't take them so simple. Well-equipped ambulances, And our main thing is to ensure that we preserve life, and get casualties. If you got an injury, we preserve your life to ensure that you can get secondary treatment. You can go to a hospital and get better treatment there, So we just take care of you and make sure you can move further. The necessity of first aiders is so important. People don't understand. When I talk to people who have organization or businesses, and I said, "Do you have first aiders?" And they said, "No." I said, "So what if something happens?" And they were telling, "Well, we'll take them to a hospital." I want Jamaica to know you have 3 minutes that can separate you from life and death.
Right.
In an emergency, 3 minutes. And I don't think you can move someone to a doctor or a hospital within 3 minutes.
Hold on, just before you continue. The time by Bank of Jamaica Building an Inclusive Economy is 12:31 and a half, and we are inside the studio. Of course, it's the Gospel Train, and we have with us members of the St. John Ambulance Jamaica team, and we're currently speaking with Etos, and he's the Business Development Manager. And you can continue your point, Sir Etos.
Yes. So I was saying you have 3 minutes.
Right.
Between life and death. And the first aider who is on the spot is the difference between life and death.
Wow.
Not all the time a first aider can save you.
Right.
But without one, you would never know.
Right, that's true.
So I encourage organizations to, call us. We'll train your people. We'll come to you and train your people right there. We're not very expensive.
Right.
And they will also now have a system where you can go online and do half the training online, and then we do a practical workshop afterwards. So normally our regular training courses, we have an emergency first aid, which is a basic first aid. This is a 1-day course, so it's 8 hours.
Right.
Then we have an intermediate first aid, which is a standard first aid program. That's a 16-hour course.
Okay.
So normally we'll have a trainer come to you 2 days in a row or 1 week apart, a day this week and a day next week.
Right.
We don't stretch it too far because the training has to be absorbed better. It's not absorbed better when you stretch it too far.
Right.
So we normally say between maximum 14 days.
Okay.
Finish your training.
Maximum 14 days to finish.
To finish your training.
Okay. And you say it's 16 hours.
16 hours.
Okay.
Now what we have done, because we do a lot of organizations, we realize that most companies it takes away from their work, their manpower when they have a trainer goes in for 2 days.
Right.
So we now have online training.
What you saying to me?
Yes, we do. So you can go online. You can sign up online. Our website is www.stjohnstjohnja.
Okay, so
www.stjohnja.org.
Okay, all right.
And you go on there and you go to our website. One thing you can do is sign up for a course,
right?
Pay for the course on the website,
right?
And throughout all that, once you finish the course, you can move on to sign up for a workshop. You cannot go to a workshop unless you finish the theoretical course online.
Okay, so you guys split it where you have the theory online and then the practical you'd have to come in to do it,
right? Or we come to you.
Oh, so it's either you come to St. John or St. John comes to you.
St. John comes to you. If you have 10 or more in your organization,
right,
we'll come to you.
Oh, okay.
But anything
let's say,
just come to us.
Okay, all right.
And we can make exceptions, but normally that's our practice. We go out for 10 or more, and we send a trainer to you. They train you in your own space. Once you have enough area for the training to be done properly,
right,
then it's fine.
Okay.
So once you do that now, you do the first 8 hours online. That first 8 hours you're doing it in your own time. You can start today and do an hour here and then come back.
Oh,
and
so you can split it up.
That's right.
Okay, so so 8 hours for the full course. 8 hours of that 16 hours is for theory, and the other 8 hours is for practical.
That's right.
Oh, okay. And then you said that you can split anyhow you want.
Yeah, I mean it's in your own time, and that's why we do it like that, because we're not gonna take all your time away from work.
Because it's like 8 hours.
Once your organization say, okay, you're in, you can go ahead and join the course, then they'll tell you have 10 days to finish the online.
Okay.
You understand? So you can go home in your own little time and do it. You don't have to stress that I have to get it done today unless they give you.
So this online is it an instructor led online, or
no?
It's just learning at your own pace.
Interactive. At your own pace.
So what is it that you have online that would can you say, all right, let me tell you. let me put me in here, right? So people, if you're watching now, look at my face. This is not my real. just joking. But so what I'm saying is, what is it that you have? Let us talk about what you have. What is it that you have online for me when I go online? What is it that is there?
The full resource that's available to you.
So it's reading material and videos.
E-campus. We have an e-campus online. You can get.
Well, no, when you say e-campus, look here. When you say these things, you need to understand that these are big words that universities and all these people using. So you say you have an e-campus.
Yes, that's what it is. You go on and you click on your e-campus, and it allows you to take different courses at St. John.
But this is bigger than big.
We're very big on training. We're very big on training. The thing is, if you don't train people to become first aiders,
right,
then you're not really support saving lives. You know?
That's true. So
you train them up, and the more people we train, the better it is. You know, we have a volunteer corps that we're building, because what we do as an organization, we're a charitable organization. Most of the people who work with St. John are volunteers. We have doctors, we have nurses, you know, and these are professionals who volunteer their time and do work for St. John. And anybody can volunteer. You know, once you're 16 or over, you can join our volunteer corps. We want to build a volunteer corps of about 500 people.
In Jamaica?
In Jamaica. That's our aim, to build 500. What happened is this: St. John is not just about our business being a charitable organization and making money, stuff like that. We are about national security. Let's say, for instance, you have a major disaster. St. John Ambulance is one of the places that you could call in and say, hey, we need some volunteers. Because we have the people who can help to save lives.
So if yes, okay, all right.
So you have a major earthquake.
St. John can be called.
That's right. And we're not St. John's being called in Jamaica. Let's say Jamaica is just such major event happen. We can call St. John in Canada, St. John in Australia. We have St. John globally, so we can call on them and they'll deploy people to us to help here. And likewise, if something is happening in another country and they need people, they can call on us.
And Jamaica sends persons.
Yeah.
So all right. So that's a lot from Ethos. So so you said something about training. So I'm going to skip over to Clyde.
That's right. Master
Clyde.
Trainer.
Master Trainer that's a big title. I mean, for me, like when I'm watching the old time kickers, the karate show, the master is generally the fox. I mean, if you look at Clive now, Clive don't really have any gray here, you know, that a silver fox that thing. But you're the master trainer. So what is it that you do at St. John? Yes, I know it says trainer, but what does that entail?
Okay, training entails ensuring that the persons that you have to train get the proper and the correct procedure as to about doing first aid.
Okay.
Because there are some procedures, there's some protocol that you must follow.
Oh, okay.
Right? You don't just go out there and say you're going to do first aid because you heard of first aid.
Right.
Right? There are certain protocols. There are certain things that you must do.
Right.
There's must know, should know.
Okay.
You understand?
How long have you been with St. John? Because you're talking like one of those veterans. How long have you been there?
I've been doing training for 20 years.
that's like a little bit above half of my age. So St. John is 3 times my age, and you've been there for like about half my age.
Yes,
I mean, why do you stay though? Why do you stay at St. John?
It is the satisfaction you get when you can empower people. And when you empower people, you know that, yes. And the testimonials. I've trained persons and they have done stuff and they came back and they said, sir, whatever you train me,
yeah,
I have done something and it worked.
Wow. I can imagine that.
I remember I trained a lady
Mm-hmm.
and about 2-3 days after,
Right.
she said, would you believe that my daughter was choking and I could assist her?
Wow.
You understand? So these are the things
Are you
that
serious?
keeps me going. All
right. Yeah, you just said something a while ago, and are you good? So people, they're going to be demonstrating today, and the master trainer is you're going to be the one taking the lead in demonstration, right, Sir Clive?
I think so.
You think so? So the question I want to ask you,
Yes.
just give us a verbal rundown as to what you should do if someone is choking.
Okay. I can also give a demonstration. But I'm going to ask a question before I give it a verbal thing.
Right.
You want everybody to live good inside here, right?
Yeah, man. So, Raquel, my friends.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to do something that if you done it outside of what I am telling you now, you might be in trouble.
Okay.
Because you have immunity. I want you to choke, Raquel.
You want me to choke, Raquel?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, don't. I want you to choke him.
No, that not gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. So that is why I'm telling you that you have immunity because it's me tell you to do it.
Oh, okay.
But nobody can choke another person.
I get what you're saying.
That's why I was telling you to do that to see if you was gonna choke.
No.
You understand?
We violent. No, we say no to violence.
Nobody can choke another person.
Right.
Choking is when the throat is partially or totally blocked.
Okay.
That's what choking is.
Oh, so no, you see.
All right.
No, he's the master trainer for you. You see him there?
This is throttling.
Oh.
This is throttling. Choking is when you're choking and you encourage the person to cough.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
encourage the person to cough. And the universal thing for coughing, most person will do this. Oh,
All right. Oh, yeah, right.
most person will do this
Okay.
when they are choking.
Oh, they hold on to their
Yes.
to their throat.
So what you do, you encourage the person to cough. All right, you encourage them to cough.
Right.
Have them inclined slightly forward,
Right.
and you give what is known as 5 back blows.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's between the shoulder blade.
Right. Yes, I
And
know
it's
that.
Up.
Yes.
5 sharp blows upward.
Yeah. Right.
All right, and if that doesn't get out what is there,
Right.
then you give now what is known as abdominal thrust,
Right. Yes.
where you would still have the casualty leaning forward,
Right.
make a fist,
Right.
and you place it just above the navel.
Okay.
The navel,
Right.
right? And it's one movement inward and upward. One movement inward and upward, and it's 5
of that as well.
of that as well. And if that does not get rid of it, you go back to the back blows.
Oh.
If the person becomes unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
then you will know how to do chest thrust.
So there are 3 stages: back blows, abdominal thrust, and then chest
Yes.
thrust.
Now, there is also a proper way to do it if you have a pregnant woman.
Yes, I know of that. I know of that.
If she's pregnant,
Yeah.
you does not do it like you would normally do it at the navel and the diaphragm. You would
Okay.
have to come to the chest.
Okay.
You understand? And
Right.
you would still do 5 inward and upward movements.
Wow.
So it is a little different when the person is
That
big
is
as well.
Oh, their
You
size.
don't go to the above the navel, you go to the chest as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow,
So
that's a lot.
We do first aid simple to preserve life,
Right.
prevent worsening of condition, and
Right.
promote recovery. That's our aim and objective of doing first aid.
You know what? With that said, we're going to be going into some demonstration because if you don't mind, we stay here till till like 3:00. So we have some persons online while we set up for the demonstration. So what are you going to be demonstrating today for
All
us?
right. I'll be demonstrating CPR procedure
Right.
for adult,
Right.
child, and infant.
Adult, child. So what's the difference between a child? Oh, infant is like 0 to what?
Infant is newborn to 1.
Okay. Newborn
Child
to 1.
is above 1 to 8. And that is only in first aid.
Okay. All right.
You understand?
So newborn
Is
to
above
1
8.
is above 8. Only in first. People, listen what he said. Only in first aid.
Yes.
Right. So don't mistake it. No, it's still a child, even at 18.
And the procedure is for adult to use 2 hands,
Mm-hmm.
for a child 1 hand,
Mm-hmm.
and for the infant 2 fingers.
2 fingers.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to be seeing that in just a moment. So don't take your eyes off the screen, because Clive is going to do some things for you to see so that you can learn and we can have lives being preserved. Right? Right? Okay. So you can set up, Sir Clive. And let's get to starting. Is no, do you see? Okay, can you see that? Hey, you're tuned to Love 101, the family station. Of course, we want to say a big thank you again to St. John Ambulance, they were with us for every single stop of ILS. We went from Spanish Town to Mobay. St. John Ambulance was there, and we really want to thank them, because one of the things that is being done now is that when you're having major events, you must have an ambulance present, right? Because if there should be any sort of casualty or any sort of emergency, someone must be there to be able to preserve the life of the person that would have met in the accident or whatever the case may be, and there must be a quick enough transportation to take that person to dispose of them at a hospital. So make sure that if you're going to be having any major event, transport them. Yeah. So so as a firefighter, you transport and then you dispose. That is how they term it. Transport and then you dispose of them. Dispose doesn't mean throw away. Dispose doesn't really mean throw away. It just means that you would have handed them off carefully to the persons who are medically capable. Now, one of the things that I learned in my first aid training is that whenever you are on a scene and you start CPR, you cannot stop until someone who is either more trained, of greater training, which is like a doctor or a nurse, comes on scene, or you just have to continue to do it until the person either starts breathing again or somebody else comes to help. So yeah, man, sure.
Okay, so when you start doing CPR,
Right.
you do at least 5 cycles.
Okay.
And for the adult, chest compression,
Mm-hmm.
30 chest compression,
Right.
2 rescue breaths.
Right.
And 5 cycles must be completed within 2 minutes. After that, you stop only if you are so exhausted that you can't go anymore.
Right.
The casualty start breathing on their own,
Right.
or somebody comes and take you.
Right. Right.
But
Only those 3 times.
only those times.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See that? See, I remember something. I remember something from my first aid.
You do.
I remember something from my first aid. So, are you ready, Sir Clive?
Yes, I'm ready for the adult.
All right. So,
And just to point out, when you're going to do CPR, when you're approaching a casualty,
right.
it is important that you approach from line of sight.
Okay.
Line of sight meaning you approach from the foot.
Oh, okay.
Because if you approach from the head, if there's suspected neck or spinal injury,
Right.
the casualty, once if the casualty heard any movement, they tend to want to turn
To look right. Right.
So you don't want that to happen. Alright, so you approach from line of sight, which is from the foot. Alright, and when you go, you have to try to arouse the casualty.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Alright, one very important thing. When you go to assist a casualty,
Right.
if you ask, the Good Samaritan law protects you.
Right. Right.
If you go, you must identify yourself,
Right.
seek consent. If the casualty say leave me alone, leave them.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
If the casualty
Interesting.
Yes, if casualty, as long as casualty can speak
Right.
or can see you and communicate that yes, you can go ahead,
Right.
it's fine. If them say leave me, leave them. If the casualty is unconscious, then you will now do what is known as implied consent. Because the casualty is not able to talk,
Okay.
so you know take that initiative.
Okay.
And you are covered under the Good Samaritan law.
Okay. Cool. That's very interesting. Now I know that additional information. All right, cool. Go ahead, Sir Clive. It's your turn.
All right, so you would approach from line of sight, and it is very important that you have your barrier device, especially now. All right, you approach from line of sight. Hello, I am Clive. I am here to help you. Can you hear me? Speak to me. You're giving a command and asking questions because you want to know whether or not the casualty is responsive or unresponsive. All right? No, nothing. You come shoulder. Hello. Can you hear me? Nothing. Now you go and you check. Check for breathing. You're looking for a rise and fall of the chest. You're feeling for ear on the cheek, and you're listening for any noisy breathing. Now, checking for breathing, you check for 5 seconds, not more than 10 seconds. Very important.
Okay.
All right? So now we are going to start your CPR. This is a face shield. This is a trainer. You use this in training.
Okay.
All right? This is a pocket mask. And this is a pocket mask because it's collapsible. This is not a trainer. This is used over and over and over.
Oh, okay.
So what you do, after you do your checks, no breathing, the unresponsive casualty, you check the carotid pressure point. That's the one at the neck. For the responsive casualty, you will check the pulse at the radial artery, which is on the thumb side of your arm. All right, so we're going to do the compression now. We're going to do 30 compression by 2 rescue breaths. And we are going to go at a rate of 100 to 120 times per minute. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30.
So now he is taking the face mask, placing it over the casualty's face, and blow 2 rescue breaths.
And you come back, 30 compression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30.
And then you,
Right?
so
You would continue this for 5 cycles.
So that will be done for 5 cycles.
5 cycles, which would spend about 2 minutes. And if you notice when I'm pressing, my elbows are straight.
Yeah, you have to keep your elbows locked. Right.
You don't press with just your arm. You press with your shoulder and rock into it.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
All right?
That's correct.
Yes.
All right.
So that is for the adult.
And you see, time flies when you're having fun, you know. We have 5 minutes to sports talk, but go ahead and show us the infant. So, and you're saying that the adult is like from 8 and upwards, and then now you're going to infant. So now he's
all right, for
going
the
to demonstrate infant.
All right, for the infant, you either put the infant on a hard surface,
right,
or you can hold the infant in your arm.
Okay.
All right, and for the infant,
right,
to arouse the infant, you tap the foot bottom.
Okay.
You tap the foot bottom to arouse the infant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You check the pulse level at the brachial artery.
That is right under the arm.
That is the one
closest to the armpit.
Inside of the humerus.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's where you check the infant.
Right.
All right. For the infant, you would give 30 chest compression just the same.
Right.
But now you use 2 fingers.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For a child or infant,
mm-hmm,
it's not a cardiac problem. So most time they will recover without problem. It's more a respiratory problem for infant and a child.
Okay.
Right. So it's much easier sometimes for a child. This is a BVM,
Okay.
bag valve mask,
Mm-hmm.
and this is positive pressure.
Okay.
Right. Now, for the infant, you don't pinch the nostril for the infant as you would for an adult.
Right.
You use this,
Yes.
and if you don't have this, you put your mouth over the infant nose and mouth.
Nose. Oh, okay.
Right.
It covered the nose and
If
mouth.
you notice, I didn't pinch the adult nostril because the pocket mask cover both nostril and
Right.
mouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you don't have that, then you would pinch the nostril.
Right.
This is a BVM, so you use this.
Place it entirely over the child's.
Right.
Okay.
And you squeeze.
And I realize that there is a rhythm that you would squeeze with. Okay.
Right. And you give third compression with 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 30. And you would go back and squeeze.
1, 2. And you must keep the same rhythm.
You must keep the same rhythm.
Okay.
Right? When you're doing the compression, you must ensure that your hand does not leave the chest.
Oh, so once you press down and come up, it must be on the chest at all times.
On the chest. Your hand must not leave the chest, because if it leaves the chest,
right,
it's going to change the rhythm.
Ah, okay.
And that can cause complication.
And then you would have to do this cycle again for the same 5.
Yes.
All right. Here we're learning. We are in first aid class today.
All right. Just to show you now, after you finish doing the
compressions
on the child,
right,
you can put the child in the recovery position.
Right.
So you can simply do this.
Just turn. Okay. Or you have to protect the neck.
Right.
And the spine. And that's a child's recovery position. Okay.
And if the child was choking, this is how you would treat a choking child, by giving 5 back blows as well.
Oh.
If the child was choking.
Oh, so you'd hold them like that and give them back blows like that.
5 back blows.
All right. We have a minute and a half.
The position is similar to when the child is choking.
We have a minute and a half.
I'm going to quickly go through this. Right. So, all right. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to go back through the line of sight and all of that.
Okay, right.
Go through the compression.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So for the child, you're going to give 30 compression just the same, and you have to ensure that the hand is placed correctly on both infant, adult, and child. All right, and it's one hand. All right.
Right. Okay. So
4, 5,
6.
7,
So now he's doing the compressions.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30.
Nice.
Right, and then you would get your mask.
Right.
Place it on the infant. Sorry, the child.
The child, yes, it's a child. No.
All right, and you will go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And you go back.
And you repeat the cycle, blowing twice using the same rhythm to make sure that
And if you know this chest move, right?
the chest going up and down.
Because these kids have lungs. They have lungs, that's why you see the chest move.
Okay,
All right,
interesting.
here you go. I hope that was helpful.
No, you want to see the chat and the amount of persons that are
I
on
hope
it.
that was helpful. If the time was a little more, you would have gotten some more, but I understand the time.
Yes, we are
really
constrained by
persons
time.
come out, do their first aid courses, it helps. I have helped a lot of people in my time so far,
Right.
and I know there's more people that I will be helping.
All right, so thank you so much, Clive, Master Trainer, St. John Ambulance and Ethos Business Development Manager. And I just want to quickly give us a number that persons can call if they are interested in volunteering or taking part in your courses.
648-1000. That's the number for St. John Ambulance. 648-1000.
648-1000.
Yes. Or you can go online at
www.stjohnja.org. Okay. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for taking the time out to, coming here and demonstrating on this World First Aid Day. And the persons are really showing their gratitude for, as Carol Miller here say, keep up your good work, St. John. Yes, this is so refreshing as a teacher, because they have teachers and all sorts of persons who from different professions who are Love 101 listeners. Yay, love! All right, so I want to thank you so much, gentlemen.
I have my entire church listening to
Hey,
Berean Church of God, 4 Paths.
Really? You're from Claremont?
That's right.
Berean Church of God.
In 4 Paths.
Big up all the Berean Church of God peeps. Thank you so much for making it Love 101 the family station. Clifton New Testament, really? All right, we need to talk after this. All right, so thank you so much, gentlemen, and we really do appreciate what you did, and we look forward to be in greater partnership, because you guys have been there from day one with love, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you tune to Love 101, the family station, and the time is 1:02 and a half. So we're just about 2 minutes into sports talk, but that's fine. I'm sure Daniel will understand. All right, so we're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to be back with sports talk. This is Love 101, the family station.
Every year at this time, the pressure and the strain is on. For those